Hello, I figured I'd do a video talking about all the different kinds of aliens out there. I may have done this video already, but I think I know more now than I did then, so here we go. Okay, so we've got the gray aliens. We've got the Anunnaki aliens. We've got the reptilian aliens. And then there's the Pleiadian aliens, the Nordic aliens, and then you've got kind of like, well, I guess Orion aliens, and I think they look like us. So anyways, the gray aliens, there's lots of different, those are the aliens that most people are familiar with, the funny looking ones with the big black eyes. And there's a few different kinds of those guys. Actually, there's lots of different kinds of those guys. I think those are really, really varied. Now, one kind are the Zeta Reticuli. Now, I'm getting this information from a website called Zeta Talk. There's some lady named Nancy something or other who claims to channel them through her computer, I think it is. They just write on her computer and then she reads it, I think. I haven't read it for a long time, but they tell her that they had a planet where they, they destroyed their planet and were forced underground, and they had to do, genetic cloning to keep their people alive. And so they lost their different sexes, and they got sick, and they had to come, and they were able to fly here after the nuclear bombs blasted a hole in the higher dimensional sphere. Basically blasted, I think, a hole through the quarantine. The Earth is in a quarantine right now because we were being visited a lot in the past, up until I think 4000 BC by the Anunnaki, who were basically screwing with us. I'm in the process right now of reading, listening to the Mahabharata. I'm about halfway through. And it's just war. 90% of the Mahabharata is just war, battles and battles and battles. And it's like humans, well, actually that's another video. But anyways, the Mahabharata, or the Anunnaki have been fucking with us, causing wars, basically, getting off on it. And I think they were even the ones who created us, but 250,000 years ago, mixing the sperm of them with the egg of the Homo erectus, in order to build mines in South Africa to put in their atmosphere so that they could keep the heat in their planet, and they needed more gold. I think what happened is they lost their they had a problem, and maybe they have a screwed up planet. They like lost their star or something, but they've got a planet with no star or something like that. And they're in third dimension with us. They live here with us. They have spaceships, so they fly around, landed here. But they, and so they were using us, and anyways, the story with them is, because we're going to ascend into a higher dimension, and they're not. And so they're trying to see if they can, they're kind of freaked out because they have been kind of using us, and they don't know what they're going to do. Somebody will probably take care of them, though. I think this crystal people will. But anyways, they're the Anunnaki, and they're 14 feet tall, and they look like us, but they never let you actually see them. They wear helmets, like the Goa'uld from the. I'm getting this information from David Wilcock, who got his information from people who've supposedly met them, who work in the government. But they never take their helmets off, and they like to kind of stand around and not sit down. I guess they can't. There would be no chairs for them. But anyways, they're like And I think there's even a photo of one of a woman Anunnaki on the internet. At least it claims to be one. And she does look a little bit different. But those are the Anunnaki. So humanoids are this galaxy. Getting this information from David Wilcock, who got information from other contacts in the government, that there are supposedly 57 different kinds of humans who are visiting Earth, and they come from, all over the galaxy. This galaxy is specifically a humanoid galaxy. According to Ra, the Venusians who made the pyramids, helping out the ancient Atlantean humans, say that I think 85% of all of the intelligent life in the entire universe, or entire existence, is humanoid like us. And then out of that, like most of them pretty much look just like us. So, basically, it's weird that I yawn so much when I make videos. I don't yawn. I never yawn. Ever. And I'm not tired. It's just whenever I make a video, I start yawning. It's really bizarre. Anyways, so there's humanoids, and they live here and there. In our galaxy, they range from a height of 1.5 foot to 14 feet. My guess is the size range is indicative, because if you're like in our dimension, third dimension, it would be in relation to how big the planet is. So the 1.5 foot tall ones are in a huge planet, and I would guess, if you could even do the math, which I haven't even done yet, but you could do however many times we're heavier than a 1.5 foot tall alien, that's how much bigger their planet is from ours. So that would be awesome to think of some planets that are just huge, because that would be like, you could, especially if you could live a long time, that's just a whole lot of traveling you could be doing. And then, of course, the Anunnaki are 14 feet tall, so maybe their planet isn't really that big. Maybe they don't even have a planet. Maybe it's more like a spaceship, that they live on the surface of, and they need the gold. So, now, there's another YouTube video of a alien that supposedly they found, and I saw it, of a woman when they landed on the moon, of a woman alien who was like naked with long black hair, and she had kind of red skin, and she had these really big eyes that were kind of on the side of the head a little bit. So I mean, if you were to see her walking around the street now, a normal person would think that she's just deformed, but they would think that she's human. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's real. The word is, when the astronauts landed on the moon, they're just, moon is a spaceship. It's littered with, there's a spire that's 7 miles high that Buzz Aldrin talks about on a talk show. There are domes there that are broken. People used to work inside, but now they're broken because they're just really old, and there's a robot head up there, and supposedly they found a big spaceship up there, and they went in the spaceship. Maybe they were guided, because supposedly they were followed there the whole time, and even Buzz Aldrin talks about it. There's this orb thing that was following him and even entered the spaceship with him. And supposedly they took this little alien girl out and they put it in their spaceship, and they were looking at her. Maybe they even brought her back, I don't know. But anyways, what she looks like is how they're actually described as looking at. I listened to the Andrew Byshago interview, and he described people who look exactly like her. Just like you look like a human, so the eye is a little bit bigger, a little bit out on the side of the head. That was a good one. And then we have the reptilian aliens, and maybe they don't even come from this galaxy because they're not humanoid. Maybe they come from another galaxy. But they were actually, some of their DNA is included in our DNA. Dinosaurs, in some other planet somewhere, actually